Hi, it's Cheryl. Welcome to Homebridge Studio. This video is part of the first of the month challenge and the theme is winter. I will tell you more about that shortly, but first, my hat's on and you know what that is. Time to craft. Number one, I'm making this little cutie here, this little snowman. I made him from socks. And if you want to make him, here's what you'll need. I believe I got this from Walmart last year. It was on sale, less than $3.99. It's a pretty big hat. I have these fuzzy white socks. I believe those are from the Dollar Tree. I have a wood bead that I just had in my stash. And some orange paint. And that's for the nose. You can use anything for the nose. I wanted to use a bead. I bought this from Aldi. It's velvet ribbon. It was really pretty. I wanted to match the ribbon from the hat. And then I have some rocks and some polyfill or an old pillow, some kind of stuffing, and I have some yarn to tie it. So I'm putting a bunch of rocks in the bottom here just to give this a base. This is his body. And I have this polyfill. My daughter had it and she didn't want it anymore, so she gave it to me. And so I am just stuffing and stuffing and stuffing this because I want him to have a big lower body, a round lower body. So I kind of formed it into a ball and pushed it down there really tight, and then just cut off a piece of string or yarn, and then just double knotted it, and then I cut the excess off and then the top of this off. And then I put some hot glue in there to reinforce it. And now we're going to make the head. So I took the second sock and I stuffed it. I don't want it quite as big as the body, obviously. And I just made kind of a ball. I didn't put any rocks in this one because it's not necessary. And now I'm just going to tie that off also. And then I just did the same thing. I just cut the excess off and then made sure it was the proper size. And now I'm gluing the extra little pieces down there on the head and on the body. Trying to flatten them out. And now I'm going to glue these two together, and I held them for a while, pushed them down really hard and held them. And so now I'm just going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to roll it up and put that little bead on there. And I have this orange acrylic paint. Anything can do, and you don't have to use a bead. You can use anything you want. But I just thought this would be something different. Because I make a lot of gnomes, so I have a lot of these little beads that I ordered a big bag from Amazon. And so I put 2 coats on that. And while that's drying, we're going to assemble the snowman. So I just clipped the hanger off this because this was an ornament. And I just put a ton of hot glue, same thing. I smushed it down and held it until it dried. Now I have the remainder of this material and I just decided how long I want the arms to be, so I'm cutting the excess off. And now I take it and I fold it in half and then I cut it. So you end up with 2 squares just like that. And I fold one up and one down and then again in the middle, and then hot glued it. So this is the arm. Do the same thing, fold one up, one down, and then fold it in the middle. So you don't need stuffing because this kind of acts as the stuffing for the arms. And then I just had this little extra piece, that I cut off, and I just wrapped it around the neck just to further reinforce it. I would have thrown it away anyway. This is really not necessary. I just thought it would kind of fill in around the neck when I put the scarf in there, and you really won't be able to see the indentation. And so I just took the ribbon and I cut off more than what I needed, probably about an inch or 2 more than I needed. I always do that, because you can always cut off the excess. And then I just tied it, fitted around the neck, and then tied it very loosely. And then I glued it just in the back. And then now I'm going to take the arms seam side down, and then I put it underneath the ribbon there, or the scarf. You got all these little fuzzies over my glue gun there, getting everywhere, sticking to everything. And then the same thing, I just took and put the arm under there, seam side down, and then when I liked what it looked like, then I went ahead and glued it. And now I have the buttons from the Dollar Tree. I just took 2 white ones. They don't match exactly, but they're the same size. They're pretty close. And I just glued 2 of the bigger white ones on there, and then I had 2 red ones, and they're not exact either, but they're very, very similar. And I just glued them on top of the white ones. And then now I'm just going to dovetail the ends here of the scarf. And then now I'm gluing the rest of the scarf down. And I have these 2 little beads. They're faceted beads. I have a big container of them. These are black and they're sparkly. And I'm just using these for the eyes. And I'm not going to make a mouth. I'm just going to glue the bead there. And I thought he looked a little plain, so I had just a little greenery piece, and I glued it there on the end, like on his hand, and then a pine cone too. And then I just glued the tips together just so it looks like it's all snow. And then I tipped the pine cone with just some plain acrylic white. And then now I'm gluing his hand down because it's kind of heavy, the pine cone is, so it kept flopping over, so I just glued it down to reinforce it, and I love him. He is super cute. Okay, so the first of the month challenge is always on the first of every month, and it's always themed, and today's theme is winter. And I want to thank the 2 hosts of this challenge, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY and Krista from Krista's Crafty Life. They're super talented and super nice women, and I put their channel links in my description box below so you can check out their channels if you already haven't, and go show them some love. Also, the link for today's playlist and all the participants' videos is also in my description box below. And here's the second piece. And this is just a floral. It could be a centerpiece. It could be like a little shelf sitter. It could be just a little piece on like a little table. So I have a bunch of picks. I didn't buy any picks this year except the couple that I talk about from the Dollar Tree, but these I already had. I have the hat from the Dollar Tree. I have that jar, some twine, and some foam. And these snowflakes, I have 2 of those. And then a smaller one. I believe these are all from the Dollar Tree. No, the twine, you can get it there, but the twine is from Walmart. And so now I am just taking this floral foam, and I'm going to fit it into the bottom of the jar. And I'm just kind of manipulating. I want it to fit flat on the bottom of the jar. And so I'm just putting a little chunk in there and then putting a couple little chunks on the side too. And that tag is from the hat. That's a really good tag to hold on to because you can trace that and make your own tags with that because it's a really sturdy one. Anyway, it was just a little tip from me to you. I thought I was going to throw it out, and I'm like, hey, I can use this. You know, I don't really throw much out, and I probably should more often, but anyway. Enough about that. I just glued the hat to the bottom. It's a ponytail hat, so it had a hole in the bottom, so I just glued that and kind of smushed it together. And then I brought the hat up along the sides and I folded the top down, just kind of like one layer down. And then I was having a hard time getting that twine around it, and I've made one of these about 3 or 4 years ago, and I sold it at a craft show, and so I thought I'd make another one because it was really cute. And I remember now I had to glue that around the edge, and you don't see the glass jar then when you do that. So I kind of just glued it on the outside there, just a little bit, just to hold it. And now I wrap this around. I believe I wrapped it around 4 times, and this is the thicker twine. I've been using it a lot lately. The stuff at the Dollar Tree is just fine. It's just that this is thicker, and I don't always use this, but sometimes there is a place and time to use the thicker stuff. And I thought this just gave it more character. And then I just made a bow, and then I put a little teeny knot at the bottom of both of those ends there. And I'm gluing a snowflake onto that. And I'm just looking at the pics, and you know, you can use a Christmas tree from the Dollar Tree and just throw some pine cones on it, or double up the Christmas tree from the Dollar Tree and throw some pine cones and some berries on it, and that would be really nice too. And so I had this one. It had some bells on it and some cotton. I can't think of what they're called. You know what I'm saying? The little cotton pieces. And then now I have these berries, and these are from the Dollar Tree. I think the other ones are probably from Walmart. And I'm just, whatever I see, I'm just poking it down there. If it needs more, I put more. If it needs less, I pull it out. I change things out. It's just to your liking. And then now I'm taking these snowflakes, and I showed you this earlier. Don't throw these out. I mean, you don't need to keep every single one of them if you have a ton of them, but keep several of them, because you can use that as a pick. So I took these snowflake ornaments and I just glued this pick on there, and I put a lot of glue, a healthy amount of glue on there. And then now I'm just popping them in there, and now voila, you have yourself a cute little centerpiece. This could go on a bathroom counter. It would look really cute too. And I'm just the berries that are missing the ends that are white there, I'm just tipping the ends with the paint, the red paint, and that's it. And this is what it looks like. And number 3, this is just a snowflake piece that you could possibly use in a tiered tray, or it could just be a counterpiece, a little small counterpiece. So this is Epsom salt, glitter, and snow. It's all mixed together. I did another project earlier. I used that on, and I just put the rest in the bag. I have a terracotta pot from the Dollar Tree. I have this larger iridescent snowflake from the Dollar Tree, as well as a pack of the smaller ones like this, and I only use one. And now I have some chalk paint and some Mod Podge and some hairspray. And so I am just painting this with 2 good coats, this terracotta pot, the whole pot. And a big thank you to all of my subscribers. Your support for my channel, your likes, shares, and comments are what makes my channel grow, and I'm growing like crazy, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I couldn't be here without you. And if you're just stopping by, a warm welcome to you. And if you like content like this, I do budget-friendly DIYs, I do decorating, etc., etc. Come join my family, my Homeward Studio family. It's totally free. It helps me out tremendously, and I thank you so much. And so I am just putting Mod Podge on this after it dries. then I took my this little baggie full of my mixture here, and I'm just putting it on there. You got to work fast. You don't want the Mod Podge to dry. And then after it dried, I believe I sprayed it with hairspray, and I didn't show you this. I don't think I did, no. So now I took a little cube. These are those wood cubes from the Dollar Tree, and I have that sparkly ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I just wrapped it around the cube because I'm going to make this, I'm going to glue the little one onto the big snowflake, and I wanted it not to be flat up against each other. So that's why I wanted to hide that, and you could see the wood, and I didn't want to see the wood. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm rambling, but anyway, I put a ton of glue in the top here, and I did this backwards. I should have put the floral, I can't even talk today, I swear, the foam inside there, and then there was a little piece of that snowflake that stuck through the end enough so that I could glue it on in there. And then I took the same sparkly ribbon, and I'm just putting it around this little pot here. And then now I'm putting a ton of glue to reinforce that snowflake further on top, and then just a bunch of glue, and then I put more of that Epsom salt mixture on there so you couldn't see the hot glue, and this is what it looks like. And I think this turned out really beautiful. And this could be a tier tray piece, or if you just have like a little teeny table or a little nook that you can just pop this in, is perfect. And it's super easy, and it is super budget friendly. All these pieces are very budget friendly. And you can leave these out after Christmas. You can put them out now. You can leave them out after Christmas. Because, you know, I don't know about you, but I live in Michigan, and my winter lasts sometimes through the end of March. Seriously. So, yeah, I can leave snowmen out until March, because it still snows in March sometimes. Anyway, here is the whole shebang, and I thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Remember, check out that playlist for more ideas and tons of inspiration, and I will be back very soon. You have a blessed week. Bye.